Welcome back, BG Nation. It is week 19, and we are back in Del Rio. Roy's back with us here. Did not abandon us. Good Lord. We got producer C behind the camera, and we got a good one. Short, concise, to the point. We talk about the next Warrior dynasty, possibly the Charlotte Hornets. We get off right on the bat beefing about a take from last week. Right off the bat, talk about Father Time, NFL, a lot of discourse about some good, some bad quarterbacks. It's overall a fun time. We also gave a little ranking on our top 5 best boxers in the NFL, I guess. Yeah. Pretty much it. But yeah, we have a good one. Next week, episode 20. Tune in. But this is a good one. See y'all in the Epi.
FTP. Welcome back, BG Nation. It is week 19, Epi 19, and we are back in Joanne's house. Yes. For spring break.
Not mine.
Oh.
Not mine. Not my spring break. For some reason, I have it 1 week after y'all. But it's whatever. Roy was coming down. Whether I came or not, I wasn't going to do it to y'all again. Roy, you were absent last week, actually.
I was absent. I was in Del Rio, DR. We couldn't find the time. Unfortunate. But
did you watch my episode?
I watched a little. I actually responded to a couple of those comments. I actually liked a couple of your takes.
Okay.
But just a quick one. That Luka one, whenever you mentioned my name, that one was bogus.
Which one?
The Lakers and Luka.
Which one?
I think you were talking about, Luka and AD are a bad trade, I believe.
Yeah.
A bad trade on both sides.
It's a bad trade on both sides.
Off the rip, I was going to respond to it, but I would have had, on my personal account.
Respond to it right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me know.
It would have been an insane paragraph, but.
Let me know.
In person, we got right here off the rip.
I haven't heard this yet.
Yeah. So basically, Luka is honestly getting shafted right now by the Lakers. And also, look, we got to understand that the whole rebuild process, whenever they got Luka, they understood it's going to be a long-term thing. They did. Right now, he's getting shafted right now.
This ain't
because of his personnel. Yes. Not as necessarily a rebuild, but he has pieces. He needs to get pieces around him. LeBron has a massive contract. Eventually, he's going to obviously retire very soon.
Or dip.
Or what?
Or dip. Just dip.
Yeah, exactly. He's not going to be a Laker in the next couple of years. And that's whenever, they'll actually be able to build around Luka. And this is what they were thinking in the initial trade. Maybe they thought that they could win a playoff series whenever they first got Luka, but not. I think they were thinking more long-term for sure.
I don't think so. Obviously long-term, because LeBron's not going to stay there. I mentioned it's going to be Luka's team, but you don't go out there and trade for Luka Doncic when you already have LeBron on your team and think, we're just rebuilding. No, when you get a player like Luka, you're meant to contend right away.
They made a push. They made a push, but you got to understand there's gaps. No, you got to understand there's gaps. That year, whenever they traded for him, I believe it was 2024, they needed a center. Whenever they had AD, they still needed a center. And so whenever they got, obviously, Luka Doncic, you're giving up all possibility of getting that center role. They barely filled it up with DeAndre Ayton.
At the end of the day, it's not LeBron's team. It's not the Los Angeles LeBrons. It's the Los Angeles Lakers. If they really wanted to build around Luka, they can move on from LeBron. It's their job as an organization to do that.
Well, actually, they can't.
It's a failure.
They can't necessarily move on. They can't just move on from LeBron. By the way, his contract says otherwise.
Anything can happen in the NBA. Any player can be moved.
Luka and AD, I agree. But you said it was a bad trade on both sides, which I had to obviously disagree. Luka and the Lakers, they're going to benefit down the road. I think JJ Redick is not going to be the coach of the future. They're going to need a new coaching. They're going to need, obviously, a center. A center that actually wants to play.
DeAndre Ayton.
A center that wants to play.
Juice.
He could be a power forward. They need an actual center. We can get some more 3-and-D players around him.
Look, it's a failure. If you're adding Luka to your roster,
it's been the second year.
If you're
calling that a failure, it's been the second year.
If you're adding Luka to a roster with LeBron and your goal is to not contend right away, that's malpractice by a franchise. It really is.
Who said no? I'm not saying that they weren't actually trying to contend. Obviously, they were. They had spots,
and they failed. No, it's a failure of a trade.
They had spots to fill, but their goal was long term for Luka Doncic to be there for the next 10 years to hopefully win 3 chips down the line.
I agree with that.
Not just one singular chip. Whenever they had LeBron and his.
Yes, but you're wasting years of Luka and LeBron, who are both players I think can be on contending teams in 2026. You're wasting years of their career. You're wasting years of your organization. Years, not just months, years of your organization. Grow up as an organization. Trade LeBron. Make a move. Really build around Luka. That's what I'm saying. It's a failure of a trade.
I don't think you understand.
I understand. I know how it works.
Yes, I know how it works. You can't just trade him.
I know you can't just trade him. You can still find a way to move him around. Tell him, I'm not playing you.
Of course.
I'm not playing you.
If
you
LeBron, no. It's up to LeBron. It's up to LeBron if he wants to leave.
That's a failure.
And I don't think he wants to just up his whole house and get up out of there.
And that's a failure.
For the last couple years of his season.
That's a failure
career
for the Lakers. That's a failure. You're wasting years of LeBron, Luka, the Lakers. Look, I didn't even think we're in. That's not even on here. I didn't even think we were going to get into that.
We'll wrap it up real quick.
Good Lord, we didn't even get into the intro.
Yikes.
It's like that?
It's like that.
It's like that, bro?
No. Look, the thing is that I had a real lot to say about this topic. Like I said, I wasn't about to just put it all in the Instagram comment section. But my overall take on this is we'll see. We'll see on the Lakers side if it is truly a bad trade in the next 5 years. I'd say I'll give it 5 years. On the Maverick side, yes.
For the long term, yeah, obviously I think it's a benefit. I discussed how I thought Luka.
How is it a bad trade?
Because you're wasting years right now. You have Luka on your team right now. You need to be a contender. If you have Luka on your team and you're not a contender, you're failing as an organization right now.
All right.
You're wasting time.
All right.
Hey, that moves us out to our POS of the week.
That actually
time ain't free.
That is true.
Time conquers all. If you want to get into it, POS.
Yeah.
Our true intro. Our intro. Okay.
Real quick. Yeah, we'll actually hop in right to the POS of the week. The POS of the week is Father Time. So basically,
let us know.
This kind of ties into Luka Doncic and LeBron's situation. LeBron's kind of holding them, holding Luka back a little.
Holding them hostage.
We're done with that.
Well, he's holding them hostage. LeBron is holding the Lakers hostage right now.
All right, that's your take. He's still an all-star, producing all-star stats. Clutch player, can win a whole series by himself. Change a whole series by himself. But LeBron. Father Time is the POS of the week because... First off,
let us know.
Unfortunate. But Father Time has caught up with our fellow FTP member, Brandon Nguyen. It's unfortunate. Truly, we were hooping. I believe it was 2 days ago. Whew. It actually kind of gets me sad, bro.
Let me know.
I'm not even trolling. No, I'm being for real. He was coming down. I believe he was crashing for a board, and I just hear
what kind of scream?
And it was a battle cry, like an Asian battle cry. He's Asian, by the way. It was so sad to hear. It was just, and I was like, no. I heard it. I knew it was him immediately. I was heartbroken because I twisted my ankle on the same spot, rolled on the same spot.
Those floors at UIW are
slippery, bro.
If you watched my repost, I did slip on those floors like 2-3 times myself. They are mad slippery.
On Matty Ice's, yes. That was horrible. But Brandon went down with a crazy rolled ankle. He was holding it in pure pain.
What did he do after he went down on the ground?
Who was it? He pulled a Tyrese. Honestly, it was painful to see the boom, boom, boom with the crawling. He was crawling on the ground. I was feeling for him.
You didn't help him up? You saw a man crawling. You saw a grown 30-year-old man crawling in the ground in despair, and you just watched him crawl. You didn't help him up?
Look, the thing is, we immediately said, Brandon, stop that. Stop that, Brandon.
What was he crawling to?
I don't know.
What was he crawling to?
I think it was instinct. I think he was crawling off the court. He was injured. He probably wanted. He said, he told me after he was going to play like Kobe. He's going to be like Kobe. I'm never trolling about that. He wanted to finish the game. He did say that.
Did he?
And I appreciate. I appreciated that. That comment from him. But he was trying to crawl off the court, and we were like, no, we can't do that. Sit up real quick, take a breath. And then we got him up, and he sat on the bench, and hopefully he's healing very good. I immediately contacted him right when he got home. I was like, Brandon, you good, bro? Like, how's your ankle? And he was like, yeah, like it's fine, but I can't put pressure on it. It is what it is. Father Time gets the best of us. It truly does get the best of us. But yeah, POS of the week, no doubt, Father Time. Oh my God. It's gonna catch up to all of us. Bro.
Yeah, I might die. Maybe one day.
Maybe.
But look, shout out Brandon. Hope you feel better.
Yes,
big FTP. Hopefully, when he's resting up on his bed rest, he's listening to this podcast. I'm laughing just the way Roy described it. I'm not laughing at you, Brandon. The way Roy described it, the crawling.
It was a painful sight. You don't understand. The scream, the crawling.
Let me hear it.
Brandon, it was a little traumatizing. No, I can't recreate it.
Recreate as much as you can.
It was like, like a quick one that filled the gym, filled everything. And it was just like immediate, just holding onto it. And then he did the Tyrese, the crawl, and then the bang. It's painful. I'm not even trolling, bro. Traumatizing, matter of fact. Brandon is, that's it.
That's it.
Do
you want to give the shout out or no?
We'll shout out. Yeah, we'll shout out HTO. HTO, we got a bev right here. Joanne was drinking the bevy.
Finished it.
Bevy. Yeah, you finished.
Sponsor us, please. It's gas.
Man. Yeah, definitely.
It's gas. Shout out HTO.
I always get it when I come down to Del Rio.
Shout out Producer C as well.
Yes, sir. Shout out Producer C.
Look, one of our better producers for sure already. He's behind the director's chair right there. You know what? Turn the camera around. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But look, he made sure we looked right, fixed around the lighting. Definitely better than I'm not going to mention him on the pod. I'm not going to mention who he's doing better than him.
Mention it.
Look, Gumbo.
Producer G.
We've already... What's the word? We don't associate with Gumbo anymore. We cut ties with Gumbo. Look, the story is, he came to produce our podcast like at 1 a.m. We had a camera. We had a real camera, a real camera.
Yeah.
I don't know who he thought he was, messing with every single setting possible. He was on those settings for like 20 minutes straight. We recorded about 45 minutes, purely blurred. Camera gave out, and I was over here trying to fix it. Instead of Gumbo trying to help us, maybe even giving moral support, passed out on that couch right there for about an hour. And when it was time to leave, we called it a wrap. We called it a night. There was no way we were doing it. It was already 3 a.m. I said, Gumbo, time to get up. It took him about 10 minutes to get back up.
No, for sure. And honestly,
he would not get up.
No, for sure. And honestly, you're kind of, you're butchering it. You're butchering the whole story. Yeah. He did some quite outrageous things that day.
Oh, yeah. We can't even mention
that. Yeah, we can't even mention.
If you want the HTO sponsorship, we can't mention what he was doing.
Exactly. The teams.
Taking calls in the background of our recording.
That was a little sleeper one. That was a light one. That's a light one.
That's a big no-no, though. I feel like that goes without. Connor, if you got a call right now, would you take the call while we're recording and be like, would you just maybe take a step out if it was that important or something or go into a different... Yeah.
A step out is reasonable.
A step out is reasonable,
Very reasonable.
But you're hearing the call in the background the whole time, it's a little insane. Anyways, we're straying from the point.
No, exactly. Yeah, we are.
Look,
real quick, at the end of the day, we always appreciate our producers. We appreciate Producer G. He definitely,
he tried his best.
He did try his best. Maybe not, the best out of all the producers that we've had, but I appreciate his work for sure.
We might have to do a little tier list on producers.
We actually will soon, yeah.
Once we get the whole alphabet.
That's a good one.
Producer C. Put that in the bank. All right. That's the intro. We're about 10 minutes in.
I like you.
10 minutes in, that's the intro.
I like you, man.
Let's go. Are we starting with this first one? We can start off hot with this one.
Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it,
all
man.
Right.
Let's get right into it.
Look, I want to talk about it last week, but obviously Roy wasn't here. This is a two-man type of deal, all right?
Two-man.
Pull out the phone. I'm not playing on my phone. I'm taking care of business. I'm not playing on my phone.
What you playing?
I'm taking care of business.
COC?
What's that? No, I'm not playing no cock. But look, we are blind ranking NBA City Edition jerseys 2025-2026. Roy is a big color guy.
I love colors. One of my favorite things about what was it called? The NBA in-season tournament was the colored courts. The new colored courts. Yeah, very nice. Very appealing to my eyes.
So look, we have 5 jerseys right here, all right? Okay. I want you to rank them yourself.
All right.
Look, if you're watching the podcast, unfortunately, I'm not going to throw the graphic on the screen. You know what? I might.
Okay.
I might.
Low key, man.
For the clip, I might. I definitely will for the clip.
I got you.
You know what? No, I'm not giving them anything. No, I'm playing. All right, look. We have 5 jerseys. I need you to blind rank them 1 through 5, all right?
All right.
We're going to start off with an easy one, classic one I know you enjoy, one I enjoy. We got the San Antonio Spurs.
Off the rip, we're talking about the Spurs.
You got to throw it in there.
It's a very nice jersey. This is this year's, right?
All this year, okay. Yes.
1 through 5. Okay. Let me get 1 being the best. I'll take... Wow, that's a tough one, man. Give me 2.
2, okay.
Give me 2. I really like the Spurs jerseys.
Connor,
they're kind of simple.
What do you think? Pretty good, right?
They're a little simple, but I like the color scheme. Very 90s themed with
the pop of color is nice. The pop of color is very nice. Exactly. To what is usually just a black and white jersey.
Yeah,
the pop adds a lot. All right.
I feel like there's something better though.
All right.
I feel
that's number 2. All right. You don't think there's a lot better than that? You think that's the second best one?
I had to look up before this just to look at what city jerseys were, and honestly, I saw some good ones.
All right. Second up, we got the T-Wolves.
Yep, I saw this one. I like the T-Wolves. Better than the Spurs, though. That's interesting. Very purple accents.
I do like the purple a lot.
Have you seen like it, but I think I'm going to put it at 3. I'll put it at 3. Yeah.
Not
one yet. Not one worthy.
All right.
It's not one worthy.
We got 2 and 3, all right?
Yep.
These are all black as hell. Like as in the colors, not...
Right. Yeah, I understand.
Whatever. Anyways, Chicago.
Okay, come on, bro.
It's Chicago.
Yeah, I get it, right? But that has no, Chicago...
Yeah, it does, because I think we're missing
but I don't
stars.
see it, though. I don't feel it.
You don't feel it?
I don't feel it. I don't see it. Give me 5 on this one.
5?
Yeah, 5 on this one.
5?
I feel it. Yeah, 5 on this one.
Have you seen this one, Connor? 5? Worthy? Worse?
Look, it's Chicago jersey. It's a Chicago jersey.
Look, the blue and that color blue and red is very Chicago.
I would like the 90s throwback Bulls jersey. I forgot.
Living in the past.
2K.
Living in the past. All right. If you're a fan of 90s throwback, you're going to be a fan of this jersey. So you got the 1 and the 4 available, right?
Right.
I don't know if you're saving the 1 spot for a specific jersey or something, all right? I know there's some heaters.
I know, yeah.
It's a classic one. So you got to decide. You're going to put this in the 1 or the 4, all right?
All right.
Got the Raptors.
Ooh.
Got the Raptors.
And the thing about this one is that it's a different scheme. It's not necessarily pure old school. It is, right?
It's different.
The colors are different. Yeah, give me 1 on that one.
1.
Give me 1.
Are you sure?
Yes, 100% sure.
For the Toronto Raptors.
Give me 1 on that one. I would wear that. That's a great jersey. I like that.
I really wanted to bait you. I really thought.
Come on, dude.
I really tried to bait you because, look, man. I think I probably saved the worst one for last.
Let me see.
I really thought you're going to fall into and save number 1 for something else, but the last one we got. Atlanta Hawks, Peachtree.
Wow.
I was quite dumbfounded when I found this one.
I do like this one a little better than the Chicago one.
Tree?
Yeah, I mean,
really?
Okay, like it's a heritage thing. It's a Georgia thing. I see it. I like it. It's more Chicago than, or it's better than the Chicago one.
I don't think so.
For it's tied with the history of Georgia. And the colors too are nice. You have the light orange. It's not bad.
It's a miss.
I think it's definitely sitting right at the nice 4 spot though. It's not better than the T-Wolves. It's not better than the Spurs. No. And obviously we have number 1, the Raptors.
The 5.
I think I actually might have nailed a perfect 1 through 5.
What do you think?
I think I nailed a perfect 1 through 5.
That's lame. That's lame.
That's for the Atlanta Hawks team. They're from Georgia. They're known for their peaches.
Peachtree. Do you want that on your jersey? You want a grown man, 30-year-old man with peach tree along his chest?
Much. Now you're just thinking.
No, that's a miss. That's 5.
You're thinking too hard.
That's gotta be 5.
You're thinking too hard now. Look, I think it's preference.
Well, look, I try to bait you.
Chicago has no relations with blue. Like,
yes, it does. That is a thing. The thing is, you don't understand. These are like the Chicago colors. Like if you see CM Punk, Chicago native WWE star, he has the blue and red. And then I think we're missing. I think there's some stars on the side right here.
Okay,
there are some stars you can't see.
Maybe I'm missing it. I feel like I had a perfect 1 through 5. Let us know in the comments below what y'all think about that.
How do you know what Chicago's about? Have you ever been to Chicago?
Brother, dude,
you ever been to Chicago?
Come on, bro. You're tweaking now, dude.
All right.
All I'm thinking about is the red Chicago jersey. That's what I'm known. That's what I'm trying to say. A casual fan, that's what I think. Chicago City, red, Michael Jordan.
Real Chicago colors are I think it's the flag colors, that baby blue and that red are the flag colors at Chicago.
W put on. All right.
Look, if you don't know, you don't know.
All right, man.
I guess you don't know. But all right. Let us know how you like that one. A little different. Something a little different. Playing games out here.
Yeah, it's
really
insane.
Playing games. Anyways, the next one's yours. You're proud of this one.
I am definitely proud about this one. Let's see right here, though. Hold up. Let's check it out.
What you doing?
No, my fault. I'm very proud about this one. This is my probably...
Proudest take?
Yeah.
Your version of my Brady take?
Yes. Actually, yes. Because I could actually see this one, come into fruition.
Okay.
Let's get right into it. We got a Hornets take. Yes, Charlotte Hornets. They've been cooking.
They have been.
They've been cooking recently. We got most threes made in 2026 being Con Knueppel, LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, hooping, threes, make the league. So we got JT talk. What are we talking about here? I'm getting lost now.
Okay, look. JT talk. Oh, that's going into the next one.
I got you. Now you're good.
It's a little bad. A little bad.
Nah, so basically the Hornets been cooking. We've seen that. Most threes made in the league. It kind of reminds me of someone. That kind of reminds me of a team. The 2017 Warriors. That's what it reminds me of. We have LaMelo Ball being the same as Steph Curry.
No.
Okay. No. I'll finish it, then we could talk about it. We have Con Knueppel being the same as Klay Thompson.
No.
And we have Brandon Miller being the same as Kevin Durant. And look, no. I'm being for real about this. Not just because they're on a little hot streak. They that is the only reason why. No. They have shown LaMelo's a crafty player like Steph Curry. He's nothing that we ever seen before. He's doing one-legged threes, doing crazy things before. This could be the future. This is the future, matter of fact. And I see that translation. The threes obviously could be better, percentage-wise. He makes some crazy shots, though. We just saw it over what is his name? Jaylen Brown. I don't know if you saw that clip, but one-legged three from hash mark. Come on, dude. That's insane. That's Steph Curry-like. Next up, we got Con Knueppel as Klay Thompson.
That's the closest comparison I see. That's the closest comparison out of these three I see.
Right. Obviously, he's leading the rookies right now in threes. He's probably leading one of the top league stats, right? Yeah, in 3-point percentage or something like that. Insane rookie season or insane rookie debut. Very similar to Klay Thompson. We see Klay, automatic shooter, very nice looking jumper. Very, very good one, like you said.
Shout out Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah. And then we got Brandon Miller. Obviously, probably the one that's least compared to, Kevin Durant. That's kind of crazy.
It's a reach.
It's a reach on that one, but he's a 3-point maker. He's very long and slim, like Kevin Durant, and he's been hooping. I forgot the exact stat. We don't have the exact stat right here, but I think the last 5 games he has like a 25+ point average right now. He's hooping right now, and we can't deny that. So I want to just give a little nod to the Hornets. They handled the Celtics this past couple days ago, I believe.
Yesterday?
Maybe actually, yeah, maybe no 2 days. I don't know exactly, but very recent. And they're making a push in the East. They're really making a push in the East.
Yes, they are on a hot streak. It is major reach. We're really talking about the Charlotte Hornets, comparing them to the best team of all time just because they've had a little bit of a hot streak. Come on, man. That's a reach.
It's not a little bit of a hot streak. Look, Curry took a while to get, adjusted to the league.
You think LaMelo's the next Curry?
Yeah.
You're comparing LaMelo to the greatest shooter of all time, who I think will be a top 5 player of all time when things are all said and done.
Yeah, I mean, look.
LaMelo
Ball. About the work ethic. LaMelo
Ball crashing into people randomly on the street.
That's what I'm trying to say. Look, it's all about the work ethic.
Does he have it? No. We've seen him since he was like 15 years old.
We've seen his ability to be an improviser. We've seen his ability to make crazy shots. We've seen his playmaking ability. We've seen his handles. Very Curry-like. He's a 6'7" Curry, we could say. Yes, obviously he needs to. Ball. Yeah, Lonzo Ball. No.
If you know Mark Porzimba, Curry with the 40-inch vertical.
If you know, you know. Yeah, if you know on that one. That's a deep one. That's a deep pool. Deep ball knowledge. But I think Curry didn't come into the league being the greatest shooter ever. Yes, he was defying odds. He was, pushing the three-pointer back, pushing the game back. And obviously we see that. LaMelo's doing very similar things. He's doing things we've never seen before. One-legged threes off, crazy moves.
That's gesture maxing.
We've never seen that before. That's not gesture maxing. He's cooking.
He's not serious.
No, he's cooking players, the best two-way guards in the league, like Jaylen Brown. It was a blowout. And Jaylen Brown is a respected two-way guard in the league. Top 5, no, top 3 two-way guard in the league right now. And LaMelo is gesture maxing all over him, you could say. He was making him jump. Hezzy, playing with him. Pull a one-legged three from hash mark. Come on, bro.
Look.
That's Steph
Curry.
Do you
see that core ever winning a championship? Do you see LaMelo Ball?
I could.
Really
they're 20-2. They're 20-2 whenever they have that starting lineup of, I believe it was LaMelo Ball, Conca-Nepal, Brandon Miller. I forget the last two, but they're hooping. They're hooping right now. They have a very nice young roster, and honestly, them not giving up on LaMelo Ball, I like that move for sure. I definitely do like that move because
no one else will take him. Remember that? We talked about that before. No other organization would take him right? Because he's not serious.
Exactly, and I'm honestly happy that they didn't give him up because now we're able to see this insane run. And honestly, if they keep building,
all right, look,
if they get some depth, maybe a good coach, they could really get there.
What are they missing right now? What can push them over the edge? What type of player could push them over the edge? Big?
I get it. Look, they're missing depth. They have mostly Diabate or something like that. I'm butchering it. I'm sorry, I'm butchering that. But Diabate is crazy, dog.
Go ahead, keep going.
But he's hooping. He's hooping as their center right now. Like I said, they need depth. They gave up Mark Williams, I believe, to the Suns. I believe,
nothing,
like
bro. It's nothing.
Holy Suns mention. I just remind. But basically, if they get some depth through the rookies, some sleeper rookies in this draft, I could definitely see them making
they're far
top
off.
5. No. I could see them making a top 5 seed push next year, no doubt. Right now, I could see them honestly causing some trouble to, the top seeds in the first round. No doubt about that.
You think you can see them going to Madison Square Garden?
I could see them, yes. No, they're an electric young team. They're running teams out of the gym with not only their three-point shooting, but their athleticism, with their chemistry. They are hooping, bro. We can't deny that. They are giving, I think, any team right now currently in the East a 6-game series in the first round.
Any team
in the East right now. I believe. Yeah, I believe
it. The Celtics with Jason Tatum as well.
The Celtics with Jason Tatum is a tough one, but yeah, I'm giving a 6-game series with that, and it's the electrifying component of it. They're gonna have to play games in Charlotte. I don't.
The C.
Yeah, the big C. They're gonna have to play there, bro. And Charlotte's crowd is sleeper. Charlotte's Hornets. The announcer is insane. You heard it. Bro. They're hyped. They have.
We're talking about announcers right now. Come on, man. You're reaching right now. Look, truly, I'm done talking about this. To say that they are the next Warriors, huge reach. The fact that you just mentioned their announcer as a reason why they could win some playoff games, huge reach. But look, they're not beating the Celtics. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Celtics because JT is coming back tonight. I didn't think it was coming back this fast. I did not think so. And look, for a long time, been a big hater of the Celtics, as well as JT. I said, I do not care about JT or the Celtics. However, now that Jason Tatum is coming back to the Celtics, we're the second seed without him.
Yeah.
I'm a little scared. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little scared. I did not give them their props. I don't know why. I just kind of forgot he was coming back and didn't care that he was coming back. But now that he's back, as an NBA fan, that's going to be some trouble. That's going to be some big trouble.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, so JT coming back. I don't know who they play today, but off the rip, I hope that he remains healthy. Coming back that early has never been seen before. Coming back that early with, the ability that he wants to come back with, that's never been seen before. So definitely I want to just, prayers for him. Hopefully he stays healthy because I don't want to see another injury happen to him. That'd be horrible.
For real.
He's one of the greatest players in our game today. He is our, current superstars once, LeBron, Curry, and Kevin Durant retire. So obviously I want to see him healthy. That does scare me, though, as a fan of, obviously we're a little safe being on the West. We have our own problems to worry about in the West. We're not safe in the West.
We're not worried about the West.
We're not safe in the West, man. But we have that's a different topic. Look, the East, though, I feel like
it's wide open still.
Yes, it's wide open right now without JT. I want to see how he comes back. I do want to see how he comes back. But I do believe that they'll go to the finals if JT comes back producing all-star stats. No doubt.
Do you think they should have rested him a bit more? Do you think it's too early? Especially
I've heard about that.
At the place we're at right now in the NBA season.
Yeah.
The place the Boston Celtics are at without him right now. Is it too early to bring JT back, in your opinion?
Yeah, too early, definitely. I definitely think it's a little early. Like I said, they're already the number 2 seed. They have Jaylen Brown hooping at MVP level. They have the depth, too. I think maybe they could have gone another month. Maybe towards the end of the season. Maybe towards the 75th game, 80th game.
Yeah, getting towards right before the playoffs.
Even then, yeah, exactly. Even then, you could rest him the whole first round. You could rest him the whole first round. Your team is good enough to make it out the first round, no doubt about that. Whenever, obviously, if the playoffs started today, they would have to play the Knicks right now, the Celtics. Well, actually, no. If they go to the second round.
Yeah.
If they go to the second round, they would have to eventually play the Celtics versus the Knicks. And in that series, yeah, I would want a Jason Tatum, no doubt.
Yeah,
fully rested, though.
No, for sure.
Ready to play.
It's way too early for him to be coming back right now. Way too early. I agree with you completely. I think they could have waited till at least the very end of the season to maybe get him some reps before the playoffs, and then very limited minutes restriction.
Yeah.
They're the number 2 seed without him. I don't think they need him this year. I don't think they need him this year.
That's a reach.
I don't think they need
I do think they need him to go to the finals and win it. They definitely need Jason Tatum. I have them getting bounced out by the Knicks if they don't have JT, no doubt.
I think they give the Knicks a problem in the second round, even without JT.
6 games, maybe. No, 6 games because, look, the Knicks beat the Celtics last year, or was it the year before that, with JT and JB. Obviously, I think
JT got hurt.
Yeah, right. And he had a crazy game, though. They were still able to win that game. Yeah, I think he had like 50 that night. They were still able to win that. The Knicks are there. They're here to play, and they could really make a finals push. They're personally my favorites to come out of the East. If Jason Tatum doesn't, come back with all-star level. If he does come back, that's scary. That's really scary for the East. But I forgot what I was going to say about that.
No, but I mentioned that they don't need JT because you have a little something. You had something you had in the bank
right, okay.
for a little while back. I don't know if you want to talk about it. Sponge on it a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you had a little take about Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, how they fit within the Celtics organization.
Yeah. So real quick, like you said already, you think he's coming back a little too early. Just real quick, you said he's coming back too early, but I think he's coming back with a lot of medical research. I believe that I heard he was coming back. He got his surgery right after, immediately. I think it was like 12 hours after it happened. Kevin Durant had his like a couple days after, like 2 days. And that caused him to, he was one of the quicker comeback stories with the Achilles tear. And obviously we've seen him still hooping. But definitely it's a time sensitive thing. And honestly, medicine's evolving, bro. Medicine's evolving. So who knows? You don't believe in medicine?
I don't believe in medicine. I don't care.
You don't believe, but we've seen it work though. We've seen it work with Kevin Durant. We've seen players come back in quicker time.
I don't believe in it.
Much easier rehab.
Miss me with that.
All right.
Miss me with that medicine.
I just wanted to say that really quick, but yes, let's get into this fanfic you said. Fanfic. You have it written right here.
Roy's fan fiction. Let us know.
Yes, it's a fan fiction right now, but I truly see it coming to reality. I truly do. So, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have been kind of, I wouldn't say beefing, but they've been trying to, show their egos. They're top dogs.
It's hard to keep 2 egos like that on a team.
It's hard. Two
alpha dogs.
We've seen it. Kobe and Shaq. They've had their problems. Honestly, the only time we've ever seen this like truly stay like that was, I don't even know how they did it, but the big 3 in San Antonio, I don't know how.
Well, you could also say probably LeBron and Dwayne Wade. Those are 2 top dogs that were able to coexist.
No doubt about that.
One had to take the back seat.
Exactly. Exactly. And you can only do that for so long. But
2 top dogs though.
Exactly. Two young top dogs who are obviously getting super maxes. You know what I'm trying to say? Supermax contracts. They're crazy players, best in our league. And so, my little fan fiction, my little theory that I got cooking up in my head,
throw it out there,
is that Jason Tatum is going to leave the Celtics eventually. Maybe in the next couple seasons, I don't know yet. But leave the Celtics to go pair up with Luka in Los Angeles. Yes, Los Angeles Lakers. I have them battling in a nice little rivalry like back in the old days. We had the Lakers versus Celtics. Coming into the modern era with Jason Tatum playing on the Lakers and Jaylen Brown playing as the Celtics. What do you think about that?
I don't hate it. I really don't hate it.
Yeah.
A lot of been been a lot of discourse on who's better, JT, JB.
Yep.
JB showed out that he can be the main guy on a competitive team, on a contender.
He showed it.
And look, everyone always said JT was going to be the franchise guy for Boston. He was going to be the franchise guy. JB was always kind of, in the background. But he's shown out. Their finals run, he showed out. MVP. Finals MVP, exactly. What he's doing right now without JT. Like you said, they're both going to get Supermaxes. Is that sustainable for a franchise to have Supermaxes? Keep having to extend them.
We've seen the problems with that.
There's problems. And you know what? The Celtics had to get rid of a lot of their depth, a lot of their players in order to sustain this.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fully sustainable for a long period of time. So to say that one of them's going to have to leave, not crazy. For you to say JT is going to be the one that leaves is a little crazy. Because a lot of people said JB would be the one that gets shipped out.
Think about it. Look, my thought process right here is that, first off, JT is trying to follow Kobe's legacy.
Okay.
He's a big Lakers fan, big Kobe fan too. He's been a Lakers fan. Yes, very glazed. But he's been a Lakers fan since he was a little boy. I don't know if you've seen that.
I've seen that.
Yeah, exactly.
He loves Kobe.
He wants to play for the Lakers. That's one of the teams that he wanted to get drafted to the Lakers.
He wants to be Kobe.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So how is it crazy? How is it crazy to say that, obviously eventually they could split?
Look, seeing Jason Tatum choose the Lakers to be his next destination is not crazy.
It's not crazy at all. They get big names.
They get big names. Like you mentioned, the Kobe connection there that he had. But to be the one from that duo to leave the Celtics is the crazy part. Because everyone was saying JT is the guy. The star power is Jason Tatum, not Jaylen Brown. Even no matter how good Jaylen Brown...
That's crazy to say.
Even
that's crazy
with how
to say,
good Jaylen Brown is hooping right now.
He's averaging nearly 30 points.
Producer C, do you consider really Jaylen Brown a big name in the NBA? Kind of, really? Do you see him as a 30-point per game guy? Even though he's doing it right now, do you really see him in that way or no? Or do you really think of Jason Tatum as the main guy on the Celtics?
Okay,
exactly.
Look, can I say my point real quick?
Go ahead.
Before I forget it. Basically, what I'm thinking right here, Jaylen Brown is not a crafty ISO scorer like Jason Tatum is. Jason Tatum has his moves. He gets to his spots. That's his game.
He's cold.
Yes, but they average nearly the same points, which is crazy. And guess what? My personal opinion, I have Jaylen Brown over Jason Tatum because he's a better two-way guard. He produces on both ends. I'm not saying Jason Tatum is trash on defense, but Jaylen Brown is big gap on defense, no doubt. And the points, the offense, it's there for Jaylen Brown. He needs a little time, He had a whole season to really show off his bag, and he's showing it.
Look,
he's showing it.
I see it. I do see it. I'm not calling it too far-fetched. I just think it's crazy from the way the media, the public view the two, that Jaylen Brown would be the one that the Celtics choose to stay there. I really do, but I don't think it's
see
too crazy.
Jaylen Brown going to any other team, though.
This is fan fiction. This really is fan fiction, This is stuff you write online.
Okay, nothing. Yes, maybe a little fan fiction,
Mr.
but
Hypothetical.
No, but think about it. Nothing's out of the realm anymore after that Luka AD trade.
Look,
nothing's out of the realm anymore.
Is he gonna be traded to them? No, but I would love to see. As a fan, I would love to see you talk about the old rivalries of the Lakers and the Celtics going back to the 50s. It went on with Bird and Magic. It went on with Kobe and Garnett. It's been a little while since we've had that. I thought it'd be revitalized with Jason Tatum and LeBron, but it hasn't been yet. And obviously, I mentioned I don't think Luka and the Lakers are doing much right now.
Hey, man.
So, but a Luka, Jason Tatum pairing.
Yeah, imagine that.
Jason Tatum playing against his former team in the Celtics, the team that abandoned him, playing for his childhood team. That's cinema. So obviously,
that is cinema.
Look, it's all fan fiction though.
It's
never gonna happen. It's all fan fiction.
Slightly fan fiction right now because it hasn't happened though. But I'm predicting the future. Look, if we keep up with BG and this does happen, I'm gonna have to go. You owe me 50 for that. You do me 50 already though. I forgot about that though.
Put it on the tab.
But not yeah. We'll have to put that one on the tab.
Put it on the tab. Make sure you bring your Steelers jersey up.
Yeah.
I still owe you that one too.
Yeah.
I've lost pretty much every bet we've had at this point. So look, far-fetched for sure. Fan fiction, definitely. Would I like to see it happen? Obviously, that'd be great. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I just wanted you to say that one. I thought it was a good one. I really did.
We've been holding that one in for a minute now.
I couldn't hold it much longer. I just let it out.
True.
Had to let it out.
3-year type. C Squad don't know what I'm talking about on that one, but we could definitely get into this next take though.
Do you want to?
Yeah, Drippiest in the NBA. Who is it? So this topic comes to mind because Pat Riley has called out the coach Drip. He wants his coaches for the Miami Heat starting to wear, suits like he did.
I like it.
I do like it too. He was the drippiest coach.
The Godfather.
Yes, exactly. Maybe the drippiest person in the NBA at the time.
As a coach.
In history. Exactly. As a coach. He was coming in dripped out. So this brings in a question. Who is the drippiest in the NBA currently?
I don't know. Would it be Shea?
Okay,
Shea says he never wears an outfit twice.
Yeah.
Very feminine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. I mean, do your thing. Is it performative? For sure. Definitely performative.
Green jeans.
Green jeans. Yeah, it could be performative. You know, green jeans. I don't want to go on the roof. But look, I really could not throw my hat in the ring. I think I'd have to be just Shea.
Shea recently wore the big giant. Did you see that?
Yes.
He was having trouble speaking. He did it
for the drip, though.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. We got Shea. Chet was over here making a name for himself. I think he's actually getting a little rub off from SGA. Chet recently made a little TikTok, showing off his drip. He's calling for it, him being the best, the most drippiest NBA player currently in today's league. That's what he's calling for. And honestly, I'm here to say he is pretty drippy, no doubt about that. But I think it's rubbing off a little. SGA is rubbing off a little on Chet.
If you see a cop, warn a brother. If you see a cop, warn a brother. That's all I gotta say. It's corny. It's a corny ass team.
That's one of his fits. It is a corny team.
The Thunder are mad corny. It's horrible.
They're having a drip battle. Oh my gosh, you don't understand. I was praying that they didn't win last year's chip. I was praying because
me too. I hate them
because now we're cooked. Now they have something. Now they have a little chip to talk about. Because they could do all this other stuff, they could be
but they're champions.
Drip maxing and stuff. Exactly.
But they're champions now.
They have this chip on their their resume now, so it's insane. But
I guess it probably out of drip. Connor, any drippy guys that you think on top of your head? I know you only pay attention to the white guys, white drip, white drippy guys. I don't know.
I don't want to hear my take.
What is it? Let me know.
I like the way Devin Booker dresses.
God dang.
But I'm more of a clean look guy.
Classic. Okay.
Devin Booker hits those, the beanie looks. He hits the nice
streetwear.
Converse,
streetwear.
Yeah.
I like his look. That's a good one.
Devin Booker's not bad.
He's up there. I heard a lot about Jordan Clarkson. I don't know if y'all are in tune with that one. He's up there in drip, no doubt about that.
Eric Gordon with the shoe collection.
Eric Gordon, yeah, I think I heard about that.
His shoe collection is an insane one. Again, off the top of my head, I don't keep up with NBA drip like that. I really don't. I can't lie and say I do, but
look, it's a big topic. Look, I was watching ESPN the other day. Stephen A. Smith was getting on everyone's case. He was saying he's the most drippiest. They were making fun of him. They were clowning him. They're like, look the way this bro walks in the gym thinking he's the players. And he had to address that. He was like, nah, bro. Like I come in walking in being the drippiest in the building. I don't walk in thinking I'm the best. I think I'm the drippiest in the building. And honestly, this is a big thing in NBA. It's how they show themselves, their characters. They walk from, the what's it called? The
bus.
Basically the bus, the walkway. We call it a runway. It's a runway.
Yeah,
it's a runway from the bus to the locker rooms. It's a runway for them. They have cameras in their eyes. That's how they show themselves. And honestly, I'm here for it, bro. Pat Riley, I hear you.
Tim Duncan, best strip of all time.
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan. There we go.
Tim Duncan had that OG drip. He definitely had that OG drip. But
you going to the 2010s. You got the glasses. Brody.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook was breaking the scene.
LeBron James, fake glasses. Man. Come on now.
There was something in the air with them, man. They're trying new things for sure. But
I guess I'd have to give it to the OKC Thunder guys. Honestly, best drip, I guess probably just because they're the ones doing the
drip
most.
Maxing. They're trolling though.
They're trolling with
man.
that.
They're not going to be trolling whenever they lose to the Spurs in the Western Conference Finals. But that's besides the point.
Are they going to come drippy?
To lose? They are, but they're not going to come drippy. I promise you that to Game 4, Game 5, Game 6, Game 7. If it goes that length, they're not going to come drippy in those games, bro. The Spurs are going to go up 2-0 immediately in that series, and it's going to be a problem. They're not. Do you really think they're going to show out in their best fit when they're down 3-0? Nah, bro, they're not. The drip maxing is gonna come to a close whenever they lose.
We got
to an actual team.
It's mandatory to glaze the Spurs at least once.
It's not glazed.
It's mandatory to glaze at least once. But look, they deserve it. Wemby showed, I think, we had 38 points yesterday.
Yes, insane. 38 points, like 16 rebounds, 5 blocks.
Shout out Wemby. Weekly.
Destroyed the Pistons.
Again.
The Pistons are a physical defense, very good defense. And they had, all their players, Isaiah Stewart coming back.
Beef stew.
Exactly. A problem. But, he showed it. He showed it. I was actually waiting. Like, the Spurs were scaring me before last game.
Truly.
I saw that Knicks loss. It hurt.
Bad.
It basically raised every question that everyone was saying. Are they able to be consistent on offense? Are they able to actually, step up to these, big dogs? You know what I'm trying to say? Basically, them beating the Pistons yesterday, blowing them out, definitely gave me a little hope. Gave me a little life that they could really make a run again. They can make that run to the Western Conference Finals. They could make that run to the finals to play, obviously I have the Knicks, but
look, I'm gonna nip it at the butt. We can really go. This is probably what takes our episodes to 2 hours. We can really go on a Spurs talk run.
Nah, we definitely can.
Anytime. That wasn't even
that was
in
on
the
my mind, though.
agenda.
That was for sure on my mind. And we're also talking about Spurs versus Pistons, so we had to mention it. Come on, bro. That's our pod. That's our pod.
Truly.
But nah, we definitely can.
That can go for 20 minutes,
though.
though.
No, we can nip it, though.
We will nip that. And
Quick
look,
mention.
Do you want to go to this last one? I mean, it's the last one on there for the NBA.
Go for it.
Give it a shot. You give it a shot. You wanted to say it.
I don't have too much to talk about, but yes, Zion and Ja are like the next.
Yes.
Zion and Ja are like the Baby and Roddy Rich of the NBA, and so
I've been seeing that.
Yeah, I've been seeing it too. This comparison is actually pretty funny. That's why we put it right here.
At their peak in 2020, 2019?
Yeah, so they had a lot of potential, a lot of hype.
Two of the biggest
back
fall-offs
then, but yeah, exactly.
in hip hop history.
Yeah, and
the Baby and Roddy Rich were. Ooh, you remember Roddy Rich, the box? Come on, bro. That was smacking all day.
Crazy.
Back in the day.
Stop the kip. That was fire, man.
Nah, that was smacking.
That was
the baby, everything he
know,
came out with. That was tough. Everything he was coming out with was tough, but it gets to a point. Same thing with Zion and Ja, though. That's a good comparison.
It's actually pretty good.
It's kind of sad for them, not gonna lie. But
it is. They were hyped up as the next LeBron, and I mean, Ja was given the face of the league. They both fumbled it. They both fumbled it, man.
For different reasons.
For horrible reasons, both of them.
Zion couldn't stay away from the buffet tables.
And the BBLs, bro.
And the BBLs.
There's a problem, dude.
Ja Morant couldn't stay away from the Glock. Exactly. Throwing the grenade. It's insane.
And I think it had to do something with the generation they were living in, bro. Surely it had to, because they were in the same class. They were in the same era. Like, I don't know about class, actually. They weren't probably, right?
I think they were. They were drafted in the same draft class.
Okay, yeah.
Number 1, number 2. I mean,
downfall, man.
When you grow up listening to Lil Pump,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think it's a generation, man.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate to see, but that wraps up our NBA.
It does.
That wraps it up.
It does. We just want to give that a quick shout. NFL. I'm hyped. NFL. I'm always hyped to talk about NFL. I always am. Are you hyped, Connor? NFL talk. We won't mention your team though. Your team blows.
Wow, bro.
Your team
crazy.
sucks.
It's crazy.
Your team sucks. Don't stop it. But all right, let's get it started. This first one is you. If you want to bring it in, we'll talk about it.
Let's get right into some NFL takes. We got Mendoza. Well, actually, I chopped that. But people are saying that they would have taken Cam Ward and Jackson Dart from last year's draft over Fernando Mendoza. I think this is an insane take. Absolutely insane take in disrespect to Fernando Mendoza's name. First off, okay, Cam Ward, I can kind of see that, right? I can kind of see that. He was the number 1 pick. I see that. Jackson Dart, that's when we're getting disrespectful.
Look,
Jackson Dart wasn't even supposed to be a first-round pick. What is your take on that?
Look, this class is a weak quarterback class. Last year's was a weak quarterback class as well. But look, I completely agree. Mendoza, he's good. He's fine. Has a nice smile. Talks great. Wins ball.
Wins ball, bro.
Wins ball.
6'4", 6'5".
He's a field general.
Deep shots.
He's a field general. But he's not the modern NFL quarterback. He's not the modern archetype of an NFL quarterback.
He could run. We saw what he did in Miami.
Slightly,
against Miami.
But he does not have the talent to be a number 1 overall pick. Any other year, I don't think he goes number 1.
So you think? Okay.
I think for sure Cam Ward would go over him.
Right.
Talent-wise,
I can hear that.
Big improviser. I would even say I would take a shot at Jackson Dart or Fernando Mendoza.
Okay, talk about college though. Now you're thinking of it. Okay, I've seen what he's done in the NFL.
No.
Talk about whenever he got drafted.
As a prospect, look, I wasn't a big fan of Jackson Dart as a prospect. I'll go on record. I definitely was not a big fan of Jackson Dart as a prospect, but
no one was except the Giants.
Apparently, but look, he's done well. Again, in hindsight,
remove that though. Yeah,
we're back in time. I have a quarterback that's mobile, has a big arm, has a lot of passion. Give me that. Give me that all day.
You just give
me that all day.
You just listed Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, but Dart is more talented.
No,
Dart is more talented.
No,
he has a better arm.
Jackson Dart did not win the chip.
Yes, I know.
Win the national championship.
I saw him cry after throwing 3 picks. I wasn't a big fan of him. Yes.
Fernando Mendoza doesn't make mistakes.
Look, it's a field general. It's not going to play well in the NFL, especially not going to a trash-ass organization.
You said watch
like
film, right? You said watch film. We watched film. We've seen him hit. We've seen Jackson Dart film. We've seen it in college.
That's not going to translate well when you're playing for the Las Vegas Raiders. That's not. So, look, I would take Jackson Dart. And, look, I'd probably even take Shedeur Sanders over him if they were all in the same draft class.
Dart as a Raider. That situation is horrible for anyone. Anyone. You need a build. You need a build around him.
Look, you need
a build around Fernando Mendoza. We're not saying, okay, throw him out first year. He's going to go over here, play like an MVP. No, obviously not. Jackson Dart had Malik Neighbors in the beginning of the season. He had Cam Scatterbo over here going crazy. No one expected Cam Scatterbo. Well, actually, people did kind of expect him to go crazy.
I drafted him in fantasy.
Yeah, he went crazy, man.
Look, the Raiders have Brock Bowers. The Raiders have Ashton Genty.
They don't have a defense, but they're there.
Okay.
They're there. They're coming.
They're all trash organization. We're talking about because look, I mentioned that I would have taken Shador over him as well. These are 4 trash organizations.
Wait. Say that again.
I would have taken Shador Sanders over Fernando Mendoza in the draft.
Bro.
I really would have.
Why? First off, Shador went 5th round.
Yeah, he would not go 5th round.
You're saying that Fernando Mendoza is falling past the 5th round?
No, I just think Shador should have been taken higher. I think he got blackballed.
Okay.
And we've seen it. He's a pro bowler. Shador Sanders, it's not crazy to say that Shador Sanders is a better quarterback than Fernando Mendoza because Shador Sanders was a pro bowler as a rookie in the NFL. How rare is that? Pro bowler as a rookie in the NFL.
No, dude. Oh, no.
What do you mean? What are you saying no for?
We've lost the point.
No, I would have taken Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, Shador Sanders all over Fernando Mendoza. Mendoza does not do anything that stands out to me besides win. And winning is the biggest thing. But look, Kurt Cignetti.
Film, bro.
Kurt Cignetti is the greatest college football coach there is out there. Indiana was a sound team. Look, I don't know where I'm getting at right here. Not really. Okay, but here. Mendoza doesn't do anything to really move the needle for me. Yes, he commanded a good offense. He's a field general, but he's not mobile. He doesn't have talent. He's not that talented. Not really. And we're going to see it when he goes to the Raiders. He's not going to do much. He's going to be a bust.
He's not going to do much the first year.
He's not going to do much ever. He's going to be a bust. There's nothing special about Fernando Mendoza.
How about this? Would you take Diego Pavia over Fernando Mendoza?
No. Come on now.
Now we're reaching. Is that a reach?
Yes, that is a reach. This draft class is horrible for quarterbacks. That is a reach. Look, if Dante Moore would have stayed in the NFL draft class, I probably would have picked Dante Moore over Fernando Mendoza if he stayed in this year's draft class. Look, this is a weak class. The Raiders need a quarterback. There's no other position they could draft right now besides quarterback. That's why Fernando Mendoza is going number 1 overall. But if he was in a different draft class, if he was in last year's draft class, he wouldn't go number 1. Obviously not. He'd be behind Cam Ward. If he were to go in next year's draft class, obviously not. He'd go behind probably Dante Moore and Arch Manning. So it's just a very weak class.
Gosh.
Good circumstance for him. Good PR. He's a PR guy. Yeah, he PR'd his way into everyone's brain thinking that he's, a class act. A1 prospect. He's not. There's nothing special about Fernando Mendoza, and I'll die on that hill. He's not going to do anything.
It's crazy disrespect. No doubt. I have nothing else to say about this. It's crazy, utter disrespect. I mean, bro.
You're dumbfounded.
You reached super hard on that Jackson Dart.
No.
And then you reached an extra arm's length on that Shador Sanders one, bro.
No.
You're tweaking on that.
Jackson Dart is more talented than Fernando Mendoza when I am looking at quarterbacks. Unless I am the Los Angeles...
you just been seeing... No. You've been seeing him play in the NFL. You saw what Jackson Dart did. Yes, crazy rusher. That was a scheme he was in.
Look,
Fernando Mendoza, he could run. I think we're butchering that.
Unless I am the Los Angeles Rams picking my quarterback of the future to sit behind 1 year and then inherit a great team... I'm not picking Fernando Mendoza. If I'm looking for a quarterback that's going to elevate the team around him, I'm not picking Fernando Mendoza. Mendoza can be put into place on a good team like the Rams, and he would succeed. Fernando Mendoza cannot be put on a bad team like the Titans, like the Raiders, and elevate the people around him. That's my take on that.
Cam Ward hasn't done that.
He's shown flashes. Look, Fernando Mendoza
will probably show flashes next season.
No, Fernando Mendoza would have been sacked like every single time. Every time we've seen Cam Ward run around.
Holy fanfic. Now we're fanficking.
Cam Ward has a special ability to escape the pocket.
We're talking about...
What is Fernando Mendoza's
special... We're predicting sacks, bro? We're really predicting sacks now, bro?
What is Fernando Mendoza's special ability besides winning on a great team, on one of the greatest teams of all time?
He can hit the deep ball. He can make the run. He reads the pocket. He's one of the best... what is it called?
He's not going to have the chance to read the pocket.
One of the best defensive recognizers in the game right now currently. He could recognize the defense immediately.
At the college football level.
We saw him dismantle a Miami defense that was said to be arguably one of the best defense in the century.
No one said that.
Yeah.
No one said that.
No. I guarantee you people said that. Arguably the best defense in the current century in a Miami defense. And guess what? Guess what? The thing is, Fernando Mendoza carved him up. No. He carved him up. So we're getting disrespectful now when we're saying Jackson Dart, like you said, crying after he threw 3 picks in college, is better than a better prospect than Fernando Mendoza. That is ridiculous to say, and that's all I got to say about that.
He's a more talented prospect than Fernando Mendoza. Look, a lot of quarterbacks win at the college level. Take every single Alabama quarterback before Tua Tagovailoa. You have AJ McCarron. You have guys that are winning championships. Yeah, winners that can hit the deep ball, find the read.
Indiana had no pieces. They had
obviously they did. They went 16-0.
Yes, because of their entire chemistry unit.
Look,
Fernando Mendoza led that unit. He was a leader of that unit.
We're talking about a special ability being chemistry. Okay.
No, his special ability is being a leader.
Okay, bro.
He's a leader. Jackson Dart is not a leader. Like you said,
he is a leader.
He cries. He's a little crybaby on the sideline. He doesn't lead his
just
team.
a kid. He's just a kid. He has time to learn. But look. This is one of the weakest quarterback draft classes, probably of all time, in my opinion. And this is a weak year for college football. There was no superpower in college football this year, except for Indiana, who is filled with 3 and 4 stars. I think barely even any 4 stars.
Yeah, man. It was insane to see what Fernando Mendoza was able to do with that kind of
against weak competition. Miami would
not
have made it out of the first round.
Miami had one of the best defenses of the century.
Miami would not have made it out of the first round in last year's playoffs.
All right,
they would not. But look, we can leave it at that.
Yeah,
Diego Pavia.
Yeah, so that Diego Pavia mentioned. Yeah, I mean, I was a little disrespectful to him. You know, we heard what you said about him. You disrespected him right now, I believe.
You want him?
I wouldn't mind him. I wouldn't mind seeing him as a backup Steelers quarterback.
Starter?
Look, the thing is, I don't know if you've heard about this, but he's been getting mentored by Johnny Manziel, the legendary Johnny Manziel. And look, people might think, okay, we're trolling now. We're talking about Johnny Manziel, who, troll maxed his way into the NFL and, got kicked out. What was it? His second season? I don't even know.
Like 2 years in the Browns, gone.
Horrible outing. But the thing is, he could put Diego Pavia on some game. He could really tell Diego Pavia, don't be doing all this. Don't be straying off from the line. Stay on the line. You know what I'm trying to say? Because he has the ability. I saw him at the combine. He was making those deep throws. He was hooping, balling. He was balling. He was able to hit those deep throws. He was able to hit his man with precision. I saw him. He was a mobile quarterback. No doubt about that.
Yes.
Yeah, he was a mobile quarterback.
A winning quarterback as well.
The only nod I would say is he's small. Okay. We hear that.
Very small. Meatball.
I mean, quarterbacks are, some quarterbacks can be small. It's hard to see, but I would definitely see that as a backup Steelers quarterback. I would like that. Look, no doubt about that.
Johnny Manziel is not a good mentor in any respectable way. Look, you saying
you don't hear what I'm saying though.
Look, I hear what you're saying. You saying that he can tell him what not to do. It doesn't take a genius. It doesn't take a Johnny Manziel. It doesn't even take like a 12th grade level, person to know, hey, when I'm in the NFL, I probably shouldn't dress in a wig, go to Vegas right before a game and get drunk right before I play a game. It does not take a genius. It does not take Johnny Manziel being your mentor to let you know, I probably shouldn't get hammered and party before every game.
No, I get that, right?
It probably doesn't take a genius to know not to skip every practice and not study the playbook.
Right, I get it, right? But look, think about it like this. Diego Pavia, if he was getting told by a 12th grader to not do these certain things, okay, hell no, I'm not going to listen to him. If Johnny Manziel, one of the known people who, sold their Duffy, comes up to me and says, all right, I was on the same path as you, chill out with all that. I'm like, all right, you know what, big bro? All right, bro.
No, if my quarterback needs someone to tell them to not party their life away and not do the bad things that Johnny Manziel did.
But he's not just a quarterback. He was a Heisman finalist.
Look, if someone, and Johnny Manziel is a Heisman winner, if someone needs to tell my quarterback that they don't.
Exactly, though. He was a Heisman winner.
Can I finish?
All right, my fault. Go for it. Go for it, bro.
Look, if my quarterback needs someone to tell him to not do this dumbass shit when he's in the NFL, I don't want him to begin with. I really don't want him to begin with. If he can't stay away from partying that hard and doing dumb shit, being in the club saying, I'm going to drop it. I'm going to drop the word. Fuck the voters. I don't want to. If someone needs to tell him to chill out on that, I don't want him on my team. That's where I can leave that at.
All right, yeah,
it doesn't take a genius to know that.
All right.
And I definitely don't want my quarterback for my NFL team.
Genius. Yeah, all right. I already said my team.
Right. Yeah, look. I don't want my NFL quarterback.
All right, bro.
Having down.
I heard you once. And I'm playing. All right. I hear that.
All right.
We can get into this next one, though. We got Chiefs and Rams making a little blockbuster.
True.
A little blockbuster. This trade actually happened in our league. Rip that league, by the way.
Rip that league. No, for real.
Rip the NFL, man.
Rip the NFL. That's so dumb.
Heartbreaker.
That's so dumb.
Truly a heartbreaker. But basically, the Chiefs sent Trent McDuffie. I believe he was an All-Pro, All-Pro cornerback. Sent him to the Rams for
first
rounder this year, and
some mid-round picks after that,
bag of chips,
something like that. But look,
nothing too crazy.
Win-win on both sides. First of all, win-win on both sides.
Win-win on both sides. Yep.
Rams add an all-pro level corner to...
They filled their spot.
Look, honestly, their weakness was their secondary. They had Emmanuel Forbes, who played well in spurts, but didn't lead edge rush. They had good linebackers with Cashman. That's his name. Cashman. They were missing a bit of talent in the secondary. Now they fill that spot. I think that's what they were missing whenever they went against a guy like JSM in the playoffs.
Emerald City Route Artists,
Yeah, Emerald
All of this for the Emerald City Route Artists. All of this for that.
It really is. But look, on top of that, they ship out a first-rounder. They still have a first-rounder.
Yeah.
They have 2 first-rounders.
13th pick.
Future site. Great organization. They have a 13th overall pick. They ship out their first-rounder, which is a late-round pick, and they pick up an all-pro corner. I mean, if you're in the division, pack it up. If you are in the Rams division, y'all need to pack it up. Y'all are not winning that division this year. It is the Rams year.
It's the Rams year for sure.
Matthew Stafford is going out on top, and he's retiring after this year. And who knows? They might pick up a quarterback, maybe like a Diego Pavia, to be the backup, the next heir to the throne of the Rams. Look, and for the Chiefs, you're talking about a little bit about a rebuild here. You can get into it a bit more, but I mean, adding a first-round pick, on top of already having a top 10 pick. I mean, if we're talking about the Chiefs,
that's true. I forgot about that.
If we're talking about the Chiefs a year ago, we're talking about the Chiefs in a different light, just because we saw what happened this year.
Yeah.
If we're talking about the Chiefs of the past 8 years having 2 first-round picks, that's scary. That's scary. People forget about the Chiefs because they had this one bad year, but they still have Mahomes. They still have Kelsey. They've added, Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy. Mm-hmm. They still have Spagnuolo controlling the defense. They still have pieces. Chanel. They have really good pieces.
Yep, they have a foundation.
Chris Jones, championship foundation. Andy Reid still at the helm, and now they have 2 first-round picks. Again, if we're talking about this a year ago, 2 years ago, that's scary. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, no, for sure. This could be definitely an insane 2-year turnaround for the Chiefs if they, everything goes right for them. Like you said, I have the Chiefs really resting Patrick Mahomes. We saw him tear his ACL, and I believe, I think something else in his knee as well. That takes months off of it. I see them statistically. I believe he could come back halfway through the season of next year. Do we want to see that, especially for their next first round picks sake? No. Rest Mahomes the whole season. Come back the next year following that. Maybe even we call it fan fiction, but that first rounder. I mean, they could truly get a first top 5 pick. Maybe trade up a little for a Jeremiah Smith. Pair Mahomes with the wide receiver 1 that he needs. That'd be crazy. Crazy. It's a little reach. But if everything goes perfect, the Chiefs could really pair Mahomes with a lot of rookie contracts, a lot of rookie deals, and that's how you continue a dynasty, no doubt.
Look, Jeremiah Smith, bit of a reach, terrifying if he does get him.
Crazy. Yeah,
but look, even if they don't get a Jeremiah Smith, the next wide receiver class is loaded with talent.
Yeah,
you got Ryan Wingo out of Texas, bit under the radar right now, but I think he's gonna have a good one. Cam Coleman is a bigger one, again out of Texas, someone who I said I think will have a better year than Jeremiah Smith. Okay. And then people forget from Alabama, Ryan Williams. Any one of those 4 guys paired up with Xavier Worthy on the other side,
be scary
with Mahomes at the helm, and I think the Chiefs will take Jeremiah Love to be the running back. They're back.
I see that.
They're back. If they pair up any one of those 4 receivers with what they have right now, and Jeremiah Love at running back, it's over.
They have Rashee Rice too. I totally forgot about that.
Exactly, Rashee Rice.
Yeah, they are definitely a team to look out for. We talked about the dynasty falling off. Chiefs dynasty is done, but their first rounders are here to come. I mean, it's crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. Again, 2 first rounders for the Chiefs. Any other year, people would be talking about it up the for real. They really would be, but it's a down year. I don't know if I agree completely with them completely tanking next year and not playing Mahomes at all. I don't know about that. It's a little bit of a stretch, but I mean, if they do it, it wouldn't be a horrible move. I don't think so. I don't think they're ready to compete right now.
No, they definitely aren't, but definitely a win-win on both sides. I like to see that. I like to see big trades. At the end of the day, I mean, Trent McDuffie, we've seen that. I mean, his contract was expiring. Yes, he was an all-pro corner, but he had his issues. He does have his issues.
He might get the Chiefs bump to being an all-pro corner as well, just playing with that defense.
Exactly. That's
playing at that level. Because before Trent McDuffie, there was L'Jarius Sneed.
Yes.
L'Jarius Sneed was one of those top corners that played for the Chiefs. And they let him go. He went to the Titans, and now no one talks about L'Jarius Sneed. So maybe they know what they're doing. Maybe they know what they have.
Could be a good sell-high moment for sure.
Exactly. Maybe sell high, exactly. And maybe they know that their corners are just a system of their, defensive scheme.
Yep.
Maybe, but I don't think so.
Wait and see. It's definitely scary. No, definitely with their unit and the unit that the Rams have right now with Jared Verse.
That's just scary.
Just everyone they have right there. Yeah. Their offense is never giving the ball.
Yeah, McDuffie going to the Rams is definitely better than Snead going to the Titans. It's definitely a better situation for that corner. Doubt. But last thing we have here. I'm pretty excited about this one. We're not going to mention the team, but we will mention the guy. a player.
Yes, sir.
Former face of the franchise. Kyler Murray released. Period. Kyler Murray released. All right. Where does he go now? I know where you want him to go.
Yeah, so look, basically he was released. His contract is to where they pay, his previous team. His previous team pays his contract, and he's able to sign basically anywhere. He could sign for the minimum on any team, and he could play for them. That'd be a movie. I would really want him I would love to see him be actually the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback. Steelers are always, they're right there. They're one piece away from, making it to the Super Bowl. So I think a Kyler Murray really could push it. I think we need maybe one more, O-line piece, wide receiver piece in the draft, something like that. But Kyler Murray has been released, and it's interesting to see. Where do you think you'll land?
I don't know where he's going to go. Kyler Murray is honestly a very interesting player. Obviously, very talented. Went number 1 overall. In spurts, you would see that talent come out. There's some times I would watch Kyler Murray, and I would think he's the best quarterback on the planet from the things he was doing. Then there's other spurts where he just absolutely sells the Duffy, throws a pick, loses his team the game, doesn't come up big. Doesn't come up big.
Yeah.
Look, is his former team really a competitive team? Like, did they really put him in the best situation? I think so. I think they gave him a lot of good pieces, a prime D-Hop. I think they drafted a lot of receivers for him. He had Christian Kirk. They drafted Marvin Harrison Jr. to be his next, wide receiver 1. So he's had a lot of help. A defense, not really, but a lot of help on offense, yes. So he's an interesting player, very talented. I just don't know if he has a love of the game for football. I don't know if he really has a true love of the game for football, a true passion that we talk about for the game of football. If he did, who knows? Maybe his story's a bit different. But as of now, he's released. A former number 1 overall pick, released by his team.
Yeah, man.
So I don't know where he ends up. I think Steelers could be a good landing spot if Aaron Rodgers doesn't come back. The Jets could be another one. They're looking for a quarterback.
Yeah. You said Dolphins, dude.
Dolphins, I don't think that'd be too great for anyone, honestly. I don't think they need a quarterback. I think they need a tank. But maybe the Jets. Minnesota? I mean, yeah. They got 9.
Looking for a quarterback.
They still got 9, though. But I don't know. I don't know if he's to say.
Jett has had an insane season with 9.
It might be a reach to say he's going to be a backup next year. It might be a reach to say he's going to be a backup. Does any team really want to put their chips on Kyler Murray to be their franchise quarterback? Does anyone really need?
They're putting their chips in a $1 million vet minimum contract. It's not. There's no chips being played.
But is there any?
You're trying something out. If you need a quarterback, take Kyler Murray. He's at a low contract right now, and you can get some talent out of that. You can win some games with Kyler Murray. I think the narrative that Kyler Murray can't win games, it's insane to say.
But besides the Steelers, is there any team that really fits that mold where they need a quarterback now to really compete? Steelers, the Vikings could be another one that fit that mold as well. But I see it maybe just signing that veteran minimum to be competing for a quarterback in one spot. Again, if I'm one of these rebuilding teams like the Jets, the Dolphins, I really want to put all my chips on that quarterback, see what he does, or would I rather kind of stay on the low, not have a quarterback, and kind of wait till I get a younger guy in the draft later on? Really, the only teams that can really pick him up, maybe you think about the Colts as well. The Colts could be another good one. They signed a transition tag for Daniel Jones, meaning another team could possibly sign him, and they have the opportunity to match. If they don't, they're still looking for a quarterback. They have Anthony Richardson. I think I'd probably want Kyler Murray over Anthony Richardson. But if the Colts don't get Daniel Jones, I could see maybe Kyler Murray being the play there. They're another team that kind of has swapped around quarterbacks for a while. Maybe take a chance on them. But I just don't see much of a market for Kyler Murray. And not really. I don't think he's a big needle mover, and there's not enough teams that are competing at that level where he can move the needle for them to win a championship. Not really. Yeah. Again, Steelers are a good one, but they're, like you said, a couple pieces away.
No, I get that. And honestly, I think you're thinking of it a little different from how I am right now. I'm kind of thinking of it like, like you said, teams need quarterbacks, right? Some teams do need quarterbacks. Some teams, are not succeeding with the current quarterbacks they have right now. So maybe, they could trade them away, get some other pieces and, sign Kyler Murray to a deal. A team that immediately comes to mind is the Baltimore Ravens. Oh my God. And look, no. Hear me out. I
already knew where you were going for it from the beginning.
Hear me out. First off, this comes to my mind because Ryan Clark, former Steeler, he did quote, he said this. You said he's looking for views, but I heard him out, and I kind of like the take. I don't have the exact quote, but he did say that he would rather have, or you would see more, more wins, more, let's call it more wins. with a Kyler Murray instead of a Lamar Jackson for the Ravens. And honestly, I'm hearing him out. I don't disagree with him. I think that off the rip, I was going to interrupt you earlier when you said it, but you described Kyler Murray as someone who, plays good, has a good showing, and then, throws an interception towards the end of the game, fumbles the bag. That immediately reminded me of Lamar Jackson. Immediately. And I know you don't like hearing that, but you can't agree with me. Lamar Jackson does sell in late game situations. He does throw that pick that loses his team the game. And I don't want to hear, Lamar Jackson doesn't have weapons like Kyler does, yada, 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 yada. He has a number 1 running back rusher. He had a number 1 rated defense. I know we spammed that like an insane amount. FTP already knows.
You spammed that an insane amount.
FTP already knows. But that's my take. I partially agree with him. The problem I have with that is obviously a salary issue. You're not going to sign Kyler Murray and have Lamar Jackson playing on bench for, however much he's making yearly. I could see them, trading a little Lamar Jackson for, maybe some picks, key pieces that they need, the Ravens. Maybe they can get a crazy wide receiver, a Jettas. Ooh, they could trade Lamar Jackson for Jettas and then sign Kyler Murray on a vet minimum.
Holy fanfic.
No, think about it. Think about it, though. They would have Derrick Henry. The O-line's pretty good and a pretty good defense. They fill the defense with the draft.
I'll let you go on your spiel. That's a Madden franchise type of rebuild move right there. I'm not going to lie.
Do you like it?
No. But look. The only people agreeing with that take is Ryan Clark, a former Steeler, Roy Dominguez, a Steelers fan.
A former Steeler, bro. I mean,
Go
he
ahead.
is an NFL player. He knows ball. He knows ball, bro.
We're talking about Steelers saying this. Obviously, they're going to say that. If you talk to a fan or a player from any other team, I asked Connor, his team, the one that had Kyler Murray, if he agrees. No one else besides Steelers fans, players are going to agree to trash on Lamar Jackson. Look, you say that you think that Kyler Murray might have more success with the Ravens. Based on what? What has Kyler Murray shown you in his 7-year career to show that he would have more success in the playoffs, in the regular season, Lamar Jackson? We're talking about Lamar Jackson, a 2-time MVP. Yes, of course, he has had failures in the playoffs. Kyler Murray barely even made it to the playoffs. Well, you got something cooked up?
It's a team game.
You got something cooked up?
Yeah, I have 2 things to say about that. First off, it's a team game. Lamar wasn't able to get past, the actual, the big hitters, especially with the team he had around him. It's ridiculous to say that, Kyler Murray wasn't going to win anything if he had a number 1 rated defense. If he had a number 1 rated defense in the league, I have him going past the second round, the divisional. I have him, doing things Lamar Jackson never done. You don't need an enemy, one thing I've been preaching, you don't need an MVP quarterback to win the Super Bowl. This is actually a stat. I don't know the exact stat, but MVPs in Super Bowls they don't translate.
Yeah, I know
they don't translate. That's what I'm trying to say. Lamar Jackson has flaws. He has holes, and the money they're paying him right now for those holes is kind of ridiculous. It's pretty ridiculous, matter of fact.
I'd pay for Lamar's holes all the way.
Of course you would.
Max for Lamar's holes all the way. I really would.
You're a regular season hero.
Again, look, Kyler Murray just hasn't shown anything to me at all in his entire career.
He had a better 2020 stat. He had better 2020 stats than Lamar Jackson in the first 8 games.
That's 1 year. Yeah, first 8 games. First 8 games.
Lamar Jackson currently, though. And throw back to Kyler Murray's arguably best year. Obviously he's dealt with injuries. 2020 is 6 years ago. Yes, okay, whatever. But if they build a cast around Kyler Murray, if they actually get him a good defense, a defense is not gonna force him to be on the field the entire time and throw down. Basically Kyler Murray's game is, you've seen it, run and gun. You can't be doing that the whole game. You need your defense to hold.
Cliff Kingsbury, yes, that's Cliff Kingsbury's mantra. Obviously, it's not going to work. Cliff Kingsbury is not going to be an NFL head coach.
It is a team game. Lamar Jackson couldn't even do it because guess what? Lamar Jackson isn't all that. You're paying him a lot. That's what I'm trying to say. You send him, you trade him away. Think about it. Hear me out, please.
I swear if you repeat the exact same thing you said right now.
Please.
Good Lord.
Please hear me out. Trade Lamar Jackson for Jettas, a top-rated receiver. A.J. Brown. A top-rated receiver.
Trade Lamar Jackson for A.J. Brown.
That was a reach. I'll call Jettas. I'll call Jettas on that. Get him a little sign Tyreek Hill. Sign Tyreek Hill.
Holy Madden franchise. Quit it, bro. Nip it.
And then guess what?
You're reaching,
bro. You can send those contracts away, sign Kyler Murray on a vet minimum, and guess what? You have a whole new unit right there that could truly contend, in my opinion.
I just disagree. I really disagree. I cannot agree to disagree, bro. I don't think anyone in the NFL is picking Kyler Murray over Lamar Jackson to run their team. I really don't think so.
Ryan Clark, bro. Ryan Clark, a former NFL player, said it.
Okay, bro. Ryan Clark can have his take. Ryan Clark can get his views. We're talking about Ryan Clark right now. I've never talked about Ryan Clark once in my life until he talked about Lamar Jackson. That's whatever.
Holy off script, bro. All right, bro.
You took it off. It always leads back to Ravens talk.
Holy off script, G.
Can't get off your mind. All right. That's all I had for NFL. Did you have something to say, Connor? It seemed like you were biting your tongue on something.
Well,
It better be worthy.
Let me know.
I watch all the Cardinals games, right?
Okay.
Correct? And the Cardinals do lose a lot of games, not because of their offense, but because of their...
They get 30 on their head. Yeah, I agree.
So, I could see... I am a Tyler fan.
He's biased.
I can see if he had a number one defense helping him offensively, him being successful.
Especially in the NFC.
NFC, yes, maybe. But all right. Anyways, I don't think Mike picked up any of that. Connor pretty much just said...
Great take, Connor.
It was a good take. Connor just said he's a fan of Kyler Murray. That's his team.
No.
That's his team.
That's not what he said, bro.
No, that's his team. But like he said that he could see that Kyler Murray having the help with the number one defense could have actually had some winning.
Yeah, because
they always put on his shoulders.
They always get 30 points on their head. Yeah. Their defense loses them games.
40 throwing attempts to 50 throwing attempts a game. That was Kyler Murray's game, especially with Cliff Kingsbury.
It's a team game. Yes, because you're behind.
A lot of games by like 3 points.
Yeah. Yeah, he's talented.
Right. No, but think about it. You're throwing that much because you're behind in the game because of your defense.
You're telling me like I don't understand. Yes, I understand. The Cliff Kingsbury.
That was a weak take then.
The Cliff Kingsbury experience was not good. It's a college system that's not going to work in the NFL. I'm not going to disagree with that. But I wanted to give Connor his take. I saw him wanted to shout it out, so I want to give it to him. But we'll move on to our final bit.
Yeah, man.
Almost done here. This is again combat. We're talking about combat a lot. Combat.
Combat sports. So Logan Paul has recently said he will offer up $1 million if any NFL player can beat him in a fight. And guess who stepped up? Former Steeler, Le'Veon Bell, stepped up to the plate and said, guess what? Logan Paul, let's handle it. Let's schedule it. I'll take the fight.
What were the rules?
So they argued back and forth. It's a Twitter banner. Logan Paul doing his thing. He's an entertainer. At the end of the day, he's an entertainer. That's what WWE is. Entertainment. He was entertaining, and the rules I believe that they matched on was 3-minute rounds until someone quits. No headgear. We got 10-ounce gloves.
MMA or boxing, whichever.
MMA or boxing, whichever. And then we got $1 million in escrow. So that means you basically get it locked in, bro. I truly don't know exactly how this is gonna go. 3-minute rounds. Look, okay, that's my problem. 3-minute rounds until you quit. That's a problem. Logan Paul's trying to cheese. Obviously, he probably has a better conditioning right now.
Better athlete, yeah. He's a better athlete than Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell has fallen off. He's not in any sort of, like you said, he got knocked out by Frank Gore, I believe, or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So obviously he's gonna get out conditioned by Logan Paul with those rules. But I see Le'Veon Bell putting up a little fight. If he had actual rules, I could see that being an actual match.
All right. That's banter. There really is banter. Obviously, Logan Paul is going to wipe the floor with Le'Veon Bell. If they were to fight,
floor.
Yes.
Wipe the floor.
He's a boxer.
All right.
He's a combat athlete. He is, where Le'Veon Bell's a running back. But look, what NFL players do you think, all right, on the fly, top 5 NFL players you'd want to see in a boxing match? Like the 5 best NFL players you think would be good in boxing. Let's run it. That's hard, man.
That's hard, man. Help me out here. Catapult me.
Look, the first one that came to mind is Myles Garrett, just because he's how much of a freak athlete.
Big and muscular.
However, boxing isn't bodybuilding. Boxing isn't all about just how big your muscles are. It takes some skill. You got to be quick. So I don't know Myles Garrett, but obviously, who's stepping in the ring with Myles Garrett?
Yeah, but the thing is, he's explosive. If one of those punches hits you, you might be cooked.
I think Myles Garrett might have to be on that short list.
No doubt. Okay.
I think so.
Take Myles Garrett. Who else is a little crash out in the league?
I was about to say George Pickens, low key.
George Pickens would be interesting.
It'd
be interesting.
I think he can scrap. He's a smaller guy.
Okay. Give me Max Crosby. I've seen Max Crosby in the ring before or in the octagon with it was a while back, but I think it's a recent clip. Who was it? Sean Strickland. Okay. He got pieced up, but I could see
Obviously,
that.
Obviously, Sean Strickland. But look,
I could see that.
Okay, what positions are we thinking about? I'm not going to think about no quarterbacks. Definitely not going to take a quarterback. Am I taking a safety? Probably not. I think it's a little too small. Safety. I mean, you can take Kyle Hamilton 6'4" with long arms.
I was thinking about that, but nah. That's a reach.
There's reaches there, but look, I guess I'm thinking the main position is probably going to be like my D ends.
Yeah.
My strong D ends, my tight ends.
A little O-line.
Some linebacker, maybe. Let's see.
A little Fred Warner, maybe.
Can you see Fred Warner scrapping up though?
He's pretty big, yeah, man. I could definitely see him throwing blows, and he's quick too. He's quick, man.
He is quick.
He's not. Yeah, he's strong and quick. So
look, I think George Pickens is a sleeper. I'm not gonna lie. What about DK? What about DK Metcalf?
Oh yeah, DK is good.
DK Metcalf. Yes, all right. DK Metcalf. All right. So our short list right now is Myles Garrett, DK Metcalf,
George Pickens,
Max Crosby. One more. Anyone pop off the top? Who's this guy that's just always throwing hands in the NFL? Is there any guy that just gets thrown out? I mean, your own guy. We already mentioned DK. Obviously threw hands with a fan.
CJ Gardner, but like he's kind of small though.
He is small, but he's scrappy. I mean,
he gets physical.
I get that's really all. I mean, we can throw another cheese like. You can throw in Nick Bosa, obviously another athlete, another defensive end type of guy. What about our tight ends? I feel like we're missing a good George Kittle. Ooh,
we're reaching. Yeah. He's a little sweet though.
He's sweet, but come on, bro. He's nasty.
We gotta think of like maybe a little Darnell Washington.
Who's a dirty player?
Yeah, I'm trying to think about these dirty players.
Dirty player. Oh, Kirby Joseph. Ooh, he's dirty, bro. He only goes for the knees. Kirby Joseph only goes for.
Branch from the Lions is a dirty player.
Branch.
Brian Branch.
But he's small.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not really taking the
Kirby
safety.
Joseph, bro. Don't sleep on him.
Kirby Joseph.
No, he's a crash out,
All
bro.
right.
He's
All
dangerous. He's actually dangerous for the game of NFL.
That's our 5. Top 5 boxers. Top 5 NFL players that could box Logan Paul. Myles Garrett.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Max Crosby. Yeah. Kirby Joseph. I guess we're throwing Kirby Joseph in there. George Pickens. DK Metcalf. That's not bad. I think those guys have a good chance against Logan Paul. That was an impromptu one. But all right. That's pretty much all we got.
That is. Man.
That's pretty much all we got. Kept it short. Kept it sweet. Hopefully concise. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Connor, did you enjoy it?
Yeah, that was nice.
Nice.
W.
Never watches the full thing, but does support.
That was the full thing.
He did just watch a full one, but he does support. Appreciate the support. Your mom, FTP. Shout out Michelle Parker, obviously. Shout out Miss Michelle. But yeah, that's all we got. Got the word of the week. You came up with this
word of the week.
Kind of phrase.
A phrase. Phrase of the week. I definitely came up with it, but
it's a good one.
Yes, it's from the past. Beat the Beatles. Beat the Beatles. What comes to mind when you think of that? Beat the Beatles.
I mean,
before I told you, what did you think?
Beat the Beatles. Obviously, meet the Beatles. First thing that comes. I'm a big Beatles fan. Huge Beatles guy. I really am. And then, come on.
Yeah,
you can put it together.
I can't even lie. Whenever I first said it, I didn't even really think about what it was saying. But
beat the meat.
Beat the meat.
Beat the meat.
Now that we take out the LES, actually, that does.
Beat the meat. Meet the Beatles. Come on. You want to go into it?
No. So basically, we're big Beatles fans. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. If you don't know, just look up "Beat the Beatles" and you'll find a whole thing about that.
Yeah. All right,
John,
man. That wraps it up, man.
Paul, that's pretty much all we got.
Yeah, that wraps it up.
Any other shout outs? Anything we're forgetting? Did you fucking click?
Shout out the crib. Shout out the crib.
Ooh, I was about to crash out. Shout out the crib. Back in D-Rock. About to go fishing. We're about to have a good fishing trip. It's about to get dark time though. All right, we got to wrap it up. All right, that is it. FTP. Don't click stop recording, Connor. We're about to end out. Yeah, next week, episode 20. Tune in. Episode 20. See y'all later.
See ya.